Welcome everybody. Let's take a look and see what's going on in the marketplace. The first thing we're going to look at is the Dow Jones Industrial. Now what you're going to notice here is there's this big old cycle right here. This down, here's a little down, here it came down, over there not so much. Okay, let's see, go back a little more here. Let's see. Okay, that's fine. The point being that this is July 4th over here. We'll put 7/4, Independence Day for the United States of America. And today is June 20th. You can see down here the Dow Jones is trying to go positive momentum. It hasn't quite done it yet. We're still below this purple line by just a little bit, but it's crossing over and trying to go positive territory on the momentum. I think it's going to get up here and run out of gas and do one of these deals. Okay, I don't know how far it's going to come down. It may not come all the way down here, but whatever. So there's a cycle low there that I think is going to happen. You can see it's deteriorated here and it's heading that way. Okay, so that's the DJI. If we look at the Dow Jones Transportation, which is always a good thing to be looking at, here we are on the daily. We're in negative territory momentum. Negative momentum. Right? We're not above the line this over here. We're down here. It's been down there for a while, since like third week of May. And look at this. Okay. Now let's look at the RUT, Russell 2000. This is what I've been trading. I'm trading a lot of this. These are all daily charts. Look at this. Going down. I don't think I have a daily cycle on there, do I? Oh, maybe I do. There it is, July 8th. Okay, July 8th, bam. So we see on the Dow Jones Industrial, it's July 4th. Here on the Russell 2000, it's July 8th. They're all right there, right? They're all first, second week of July. Okay, it could come a little early, maybe end the very end of June, but it looks like this is going to happen the first week of July mostly. Okay, I got a little support here, 1985. I think that's where this Russell 2000 is headed, and I'll keep an eye on that as I'll probably continue to trade this for a little while. You can see the Russell 2000 has made its way on the daily chart into negative momentum. That's a big deal. Big deal. Look when it went negative over here. Bam. Huge drop. Right into that cycle low. Well, what do you know? That time frame from there to there matches the same thing as from here to there. Bam. And over here, approximately the same thing over here. Bam. And right there. Bam. So the cycles on this particular product, the Russell 2000, or this index I should say, really nice. Of course, I trade the futures. I use this. If you haven't watched, for the members, just talking specifically to the members, if you're not paying attention to the 2-hour charts that go in the nightly email, you're really missing opportunity. Okay, that 2-hour chart with the directional indicator on there, that thing's telling you a lot. Okay, if it's green, we're going up. If the indicator's red, it's going down. It's a big, huge line on those charts, the 2-hour charts. Okay, for the SPX, the NDX, and the Russell 2000. So pay attention to them. Okay, this is the Russell 2000 futures, and these are my profits for today. $1,070, very, very nice. Took advantage of this kind of last night and just let it do its thing, and I closed the position somewhere down in here. Don't remember exactly where, but whatever it was. And you can see I made a nice profit, over $1,000 today. Now, what did I do with the $1,000? Did I go out and buy a bunch of cocaine or heroin? Or did I go buy, what's that crap coming across with fentanyl? Did I go fentanyl myself? Hey man, would you like some fentanyl? No, I didn't do any of that. I didn't do any of that nonsense. Did I go clubbing all night long, get plastered, come home banging against other people's cars coming down the street, and, you know, cops come and put shiny bracelets on my wrist? No, I didn't do that. Right? Because that's what the world does, guys and gals. Stupid stuff. And for you young people out there that are maybe kind of still doing some of this stuff, grow up already. All right? Get a hold of yourselves. Because what I did with this $1,000 is I turned it into this bond right here today. This bond. Let me get black. Okay, this is Ecopetrol. I took the $1,000 and I bought this bond. Now, why would I do that? Why would I buy a corporate bond? Who does that stuff? That's for old people. Are you serious? You wouldn't think about this. Let me tell you the mindset of young, or even just not even just young people. Usually it's young people, but just mindset of a lot of people, including traders. Right? They go out and make $1,000, and then if I told them to turn around and buy this bond, they go, "What are you talking about? What the heck are bonds? Fixed income stuff. That's for old people, old dads." Old dads and old grannies do that stuff, worried about fixed income. Okay? Now look at this bond. It's returning 8.5% yield to maturity. Okay, it matures, in this case, in 2036, 12 years from now. Its coupon rate is right here, 8 3/8%. Yeah, a lot more than your typical savings account right now, right? And I've had other bonds. Go check this out up here. This was another bond I just bought the other day, back on July 11th. Look at this bond. Well, actually, I bought it a few days before that, but it doesn't matter. Here's a bond. Yield to maturity, 11%. 11.3%. Now, the coupon rate's much lower, but the important part is this yield to maturity was really high. It was QVC. Now, this bond's a little more speculative at a B2 rating than the one we just looked at before, which was a much better rating. Okay. The point being is, don't just take your $1,000 and go do stupid stuff. You want to build up a monster account? You take your profits, you parlay them into corporate bonds. You got to know how to pick the best bonds. Okay, I have a video, I think, about this like last week. This right here is going to prevent you from going doing stupid stuff. Not totally prevent you, because you could turn around and sell this bond, but you shouldn't. You shouldn't. But once you buy a corporate bond, it should be something you're going to hold. Okay, these are investments. This is different than my swing or intraday trades that I do. Like, let's say, for instance, on the profit I just showed you on the Russell 2000, which was basically a really short swing trade. Okay. It's a different mentality. Swing trades and intraday trades are helping you to make relatively quick profits and with a high return. But the risk is high. So don't take your money and just slam it right back into your account and then turn around and take another big risky trade. No. Parlay that into a bond. Now, the bond's going to be returning interest into your account, preferably a 401k or an IRA. But if not, whatever. Get that money working for you. Also, the money that's in the bond prevents you from using that money, not entirely. Depends if the bond is a marginable asset. Some of them are. But that's I'm not going to dive into the weeds on that. You don't want to be going on with margin debt. Okay, so that's a different video for a different day. But you want to parlay your profits into corporate bonds. This will give you discipline, especially for young people, but anybody. This will give you discipline. The discipline is your money went into a corporate bond, you're not going to touch it. It's an investment. And then if your broker is giving you margin on that corporate bond, that's even better. That's icing on the cake, because now you can use that leverage to make trades. Again, I'm not advocating that you go into margin debt. I'm just simply saying it's going to give you more margin to trade. There's a difference. It's just you got to know how to work the game, so to speak. Okay, without putting yourself into margin debt. All right. So the basics are, if you're going to do swing trades and intraday trading, those are usually fairly high risk trades and positions, right? That can return some really big profits like you saw me do today, $1,000. Okay. But it's a really bad idea just to turn around with that same $1,000, and even more, and go back to just doing the same thing again. That's a horrible idea. Because you're just going to what's going to happen is you're going to hit some losses along the way. And now you might have lost all of it or some of it, or even go up, lose more than you originally had. That's why you want to stick it into a corporate bond, because then you won't lose it. It's in a corporate bond. That makes sense? It's kind of like, it's not quite the same thing as pulling it out of your brokerage account and putting it into your savings account. Okay, or buying gold or silver, whatever. Right? It's kind of like that kind of mentality. But in this case, it stays in your brokerage account and actually helps you bolster your account and put you in a better position, put you in a better place, balance-wise and asset-wise, to make even more trades moving forward. Okay, so it's the double. I don't know how to say it. It's doubly good. Something like an old type of candy. It's doubly good chewy gum. Okay, whatever. It's doubly good because triple good even. One is you don't touch the money because it's in a corporate bond, so you're not touching that money anymore. Okay. Two, if your broker's giving you margin on that bond, that's great because now you can use it to trade. Okay. And three, that bond's paying you interest. So there's a whole lot of great going on when you put your money into a corporate bond that's paying you a nice return. Okay. It helps you to stay disciplined. And then what you do is, I didn't put all my money into this from my profits today, but quite a bit of it. Right? Actually, I've bought, there's another bond somewhere in here that I don't think I even listed. It's in the fixed income channel. Well, maybe this is it. I don't remember. There's another bond I think I bought. I didn't post here. Okay, I think I just bought it yesterday, the day before, with profits from the other day. All right. And I still have some cash left over from that. Okay. That I didn't burn on this bond. Because, sometimes a bond will be less than the total money you make in profits. That's great. You have some cash left over. All right. I might withdraw some of that or just keep it into the account to help bolster my cash position, which even adds more to my ability to trade moving forward. Okay. I wanted to throw this into this video today because I don't always talk about how I go about the details of what I do, but I wanted to share this because this is what I do and what a lot of people should do but don't do. They just churn their money and they end up losing it. That's the number one thing that traders make the biggest mistake on. They don't know how to extract the profits out of their account. Right? You can literally extract it back into your bank account and do something with it. I don't know, buy another home, whatever. Pay bills. Or you can keep it in your brokerage account and do something like I do. I build and bolster my account through corporate bonds. But whatever you're going to do, you should do it. But too many people trade, make profits, and just let the money sit there. And then what they tell themselves is, I'm going to use that money to make more trades. Well, guess what? You're going to take a loss at some point. And now you probably lost all of it or some of it. Because nobody trades 100% profitable every time. Nobody does that. And until you tell yourself that's the real truth, you'll continue to make the same mistake that most traders make. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. This is not lotto and this isn't Las Vegas. You have to have a plan. Okay, so this is a great plan. One way you can really take your profits and turn it into something to work for you. I just ignore these bonds, guys. Unless the company's flat out going bankrupt. Okay, but I try to pick bonds that have decent ratings that are going to be around. Okay, I won't touch this bond until it matures. This bond's going to mature in 12 years. Between now and then, it's going to return me 8.5% every year. And guess what? Wash, rinse, repeat. Just keep doing it. All right? Okay, let's take a look at the other charts real quick. All right, this is the S&P 500. We're looking at the daily chart here. Let me get a better color. Get it together here. Daily chart. Today was a little bit of a down day. 62.5 range. Red candlestick. July 10th is over here. I think it's still July 10th. Sometimes things might move just a little bit. July 11th. Okay, let's slide this over just a touch. Change it to July 11th here for S&P 500. Still looks dead on to me. Okay. So we've seen what? We saw July 4th on the, I think it was the Dow Jones Industrial. We saw the 8th on the Russell 2000. Okay, DJI. This was the rut. Okay. And then over here, we're seeing the 11th for the S&P. All right, look at this, guys. Everything's happening in the first week of July, second week of July, okay? They're all pointing to the same place. Bam. All right. Probably what's going to happen here. Look at this thing. Seriously elevated. Way up here at 77. 73 on the MACD. Could go a little higher still here. It's possible. But, you know, we're kind of the halfway point. Very typical to see a little weakness at the halfway point in the cycle. So, I don't know. A little weakness, a little bounce, boom, whatever. We'll see what this does. But just letting you know that I think there's something out there, okay? So that's the daily chart. Still looks very strong. Today's the first red day in a while. Okay. And we'll see what it does. Okay, but I think this is something here is going to happen on probably all the indices. Okay. Maybe not as much as the Dow Jones and the Russell 2000, but something's probably still going to happen here for the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. All right, let's look and see where was the trade or trades of the day on the intraday charts for this index. In this case, we're looking at the futures. All right, here we are on the 5-minute chart. And if you blink, you'll miss it. Here it is right here. Here's a Gittes Plus indicator, really the only one on this chart, which happened at 6:55 this morning. Yeah, I tell members this all the time. You got to be up pre-market, man. So many opportunities pre-market. Okay. Bam. Trade of the day. Look at this. Right at this exact moment, bing, 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 come all the way down here. Look what's happening to the MACD. Let me stretch it out just a little bit here. 6:55, where is that? That's right here. Look at this MACD. It's going negatory. Negatory. It's going this way. And look at this SMI just flatlining down here. Starting to run out of gas, just like, oh, help me, struggling to do anything. Nothing going on down here. MACD going south, below the zero line, going in negative territory in the 5-minute chart. Bam, you're in. This is a little bit harder to get into this trade because the SMI is so low, but you got to recognize what the MACD is doing here. Okay, plus you need to be looking at the other charts. Okay, so let's go to the 15-minute chart. Because remember, this was 6:55. So there was the trade of the day on the 5-minute chart. And of course, we saw what the daily candlestick was, big red candlestick. All right, this is the 15-minute chart. So if you weren't up at 6 o'clock, 6:30 to catch that pre-market trade, well, guess what? The market was so kind and loves you so much, it gave you another opportunity here at 8:45. Okay, bam, bam on the 15-minute chart. So I say it all the time to my members. You got to pay attention to all three charts that I'm streaming, the 5-minute, the 15-minute, and the 1 hour. If you're an intraday trader, that's what you got to be paying attention to. What does this thing tell us? Ba-bam. Look at that. Down here, MACD going negative. Big, wide, huge. Look at this thing. So it isn't just about the SMI. The SMI often, look at the SMI, I'd already given it up. So a lot of people will be afraid to enter here because it's at the bottom. But it isn't always just about the SMI. Look at this huge gap in the MACD. That is just momentum like a waterfall. You have to recognize these things. Okay, so you take the short, but bam. Look at this. It ran from 55.70 down to 55.40. 30 points. Come on, guys. We've been doing this so long. You know what that is. Split it in half. 15. Add the zeros. $1,500 trading one E-mini. 1,500. Okay, if you traded two, of course, it was 3,000. This is one timer. Supposed to be an X. Two timer would be $3,000. Exactly what that is. Just add the zeros. $3,000 to trade two E-minis. If you've got a really small brokerage account, I talk about this all the time. You want to trade one micro, guess what? It was a $150 day for you. If you could afford two micros, it was $300 a day. Okay, there it is. 30 points, $150 for the smallest of accounts. All right, guys and gals. So you saw it on the 5-minute chart, and you see it here on the 15-minute chart for the intraday trades of the day. The opportunities are there. Okay, you also saw me use the Dow Jones Transportation, the Dow Jones Industrial, and I've also been trading the Russell 2000 using what? Swing trade techniques from the 2-hour charts that I put out every night to the members. You saw I made $1,000 on a swing trade in the Russell 2000. Right, so in this video, just in this video alone, you can see that this is me using my own service I provide to my members, and for those that want to join, stick around to the end of the video. But you can see in this video alone, I showed how I use a swing trade on the Russell 2000 to make $1,000 over probably maybe a little more in a day. So we'll call that a really short-term swing trade. And then I showed here on the intraday charts how you could have made anywhere from $150 all the way up to whatever, thousands of dollars depending on your account size. I also showed for the uninitiated how you take your profits and turn them into something that's going to keep paying you like a corporate bond. Right? Don't just let your money sit out there and just flounder around like a fish out of water. Okay, you got to do something with it. If corporate bonds aren't your thing, then you got to figure out what to do. Okay, but don't just put it right back into more trading. That's a bad idea. You need something that's going to, you need a kind of a no-brainer, something that's going to return you, that's going to get your money working for you, where you don't have to keep an eye on it. That's why corporate bonds, I don't have to do anything with those. I don't have to watch them. Not every day. I'll look at them once in a while and make sure that the company's not going under. That's about it. As long as the ratings stay good, I'm good. All right, so you need something like that. I can't instill it enough into traders, whether you're a new trader, young trader, veteran trader, whatever. A lot of people make this big mistake. They don't know how to separate investments from trading. Those are two different things, and you need both. Okay, in this video, I showed you that. Okay, I gave you a Crash Course 101. You should be doing that. Okay, you can't just stay in the world of just trading. No, I'm not saying nobody, but very few people are highly successful just trading. There are a few out there to do it, but most people can't. And you want to take your profits and turn them into something that's going to be, you don't really have to watch it much, okay? And it's going to return you a lot of money over time. When I say a lot of money, I don't mean like, it's not going to, investments don't generally produce the same type of profits as swing and intraday trades do. They don't return that kind of high return rate, right? They can't compete with that. They're not designed to do that. They're a little bit slow roasting. They're like the slow roast, but that's good. You need those. We need those things that are just sitting there paying us. Okay, if you're not into corporate bonds and you think you have enough money stored up, okay, buy some rental property. Okay, or put a down payment on a rental property. I mean, I'm not advocating real estate. I'm just saying you'll do something. Just understand if you're gonna do a rental property, there's you got to manage that property, or you have to pay somebody to manage it for you, and you have to do all the taxes and everything else. But some people don't mind doing that. That's what they do. Okay, so whatever it is you are gonna pick, you should be picking something to parlay your profits. If you're a trader right now that's not profitable, well, then you still got work to do, right? You have to figure out a way to be profitable. Okay. And corporate bonds are a great place to go because brokers are going to allow you to buy, if you got to kind of you have to dig in a little bit and do your research and find your opportunities. But corporate brokers will allow you to buy one corporate bond. Okay, you may not get the absolute cream of the crop, but they will allow you to buy one corporate bond. And for the uninitiated, that's a really good place to start. You know, one corporate bond might be $600, $700, $800 if you're buying it at a discount. Okay, and if you don't know how to buy corporate bonds, well, spend the time understanding what they are. All right, if you want to join, that's great. There's a link in the description below this video. There's also a link in the top comment. I'll pin it to the top. It's a discord.com link. So just read those instructions, click on the link, brings you over to get a server, click on server shop, brings you this page, $7.99. Okay. Once again, today in this video, I showed everybody, members and the general public, whoever wants to join, I showed you how you can do swing trades. I showed you how you can do intraday trades. I talked about how you can take that money, at least some of it, and turn it into something that's good. The money's going to work for you. Okay, $7.99. Are you kidding me? The streaming charts are down here at the bottom. So we looked at the 5-minute, the 15-minute streaming charts today. There's also a 1-hour chart as well. So just click on this down there. You get the streaming charts for the S&P 500, okay? There's also streaming charts for gold. So when you join, if you want to look at the streaming charts for gold, I have a few members they trade gold like a lot. They're constantly watching gold, right? They zeroed in on that because they know gold is a hot product right now. It's been hot for months. And I know at least 1 or 2 of my members that get on there almost every day, and they're just waiting for the right opportunity in gold, and bang, I know they're profiting off of gold. Okay, so there's plenty to choose from here. So when you join, if you want to trade the gold, that's fine. Just ask, hey, get us, where's the link for the gold charts? Okay, I'll give it to you. All right. Every night an email goes out Monday through Thursday. And there's 5 different charts that go in that email. There's the weekly and daily S&P 500 chart, and there's the 3 2-hour charts that have the directional indicator on there. The SPX, which is the S&P 500, the NDX, which is the NASDAQ, and then the RUT, which is the Russell 2000, which is the one I've been trading lately. And yes, I use those directional charts myself to trade the Russell 2000. That's what I'm looking at. The same exact charts that new members are getting. Okay, so if you're not a member, you want to join, members get the same charts I'm using to make my trades. All right, I'm not just shoving a service down people's throats and sitting back and collecting cash like some fat cow. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. That's rude. Some lazy person with a cigar. All right, I don't do that. I'm actively trading and investing, as you saw in today's video. Right, so I use my own service. And I took that service and turned it in. I took all the things that I know over all the decades I've been trading and turned it into a service for crazy cheap. All right. So take advantage of it. So that's a nightly email. You definitely want to put your email address in there and get the nightly emails. Okay. There's premium symbols right here. In this channel on the Discord server, I put in premium symbols in there Monday through Thursday. Really nice. There's industries in there. There's future symbols in there. There's optional stock symbols in there. There's shorts in there. You name it. They're all in there. Most people don't even look at this, but they should, because there's opportunities in there. Okay, fixed income. I talked about that in this video. You saw the corporate bonds that I bought lately. They're in this channel. I don't drop every single one I purchase in here, but some of them I do. If I'm making profits, usually I'm parlaying them into corporate bonds, so you'll see some corporate bonds in there. All right. You don't have to buy the exact same corporate bonds I bought if you're interested in doing that, but you should take a close look at what I put in there. So if you're not familiar with corporate bonds, you can begin to formulate and get educated about, well, why would Gittes pick this particular bond? So, you know, in there, you're going to see yield to maturity in there on those screenshots. You're going to see a coupon rate. You're going to see a rating like a B plus or a BBB. Okay. Those are all really important things that you need to understand. If you don't understand that, pause this video, go back, write down what I just said. Okay, and then go research it. Really, really important. Also, maturity date. Spend the time, educate yourself about corporate bonds. Because even if you can't do it today, and you don't have the money to do it today, eventually you will. if you stick with it, okay? So there's a lot going on here, a whole lot going on. There's alerts. The Get Us Plus alert that we looked at on the trades of the day. Remember that earlier in this video? We looked at the Get Us Plus alert. It was a little like plum candlestick along with that little triangle. I said that was the trade of the day right there at 6:55 or whatever it was. And there was another one at 8:45. That's the Get Us Plus indicator. Well, guess what? It sends an alert over to these channels, gold and S&P 500 alerts. Both those streaming charts. So these streaming charts, for example, here, send an alert to here. Okay, so you get the alerts in there. So if you're busy, you can just right click on this channel, turn notifications on, bing, you get notified in the Discord app, right? It gives you a little bell, a little shake, a little ring, whatever it does. Okay, and you know there's a possible trade there. You can go look at it. Right, there's so much here for $7.99, it's ridiculous. Okay, you're getting intraday charts to help for those that want to do intraday trades that have the time to do that, and you're getting emails at night that are helping you to formulate a plan for swing trades on the 2-hour charts. Okay, so there's a lot going on here. For $7.99, it's crazy that there isn't more people, but whatever. I just do my part, guys. I just provide the service. I continue to trade my thing. You know, I'm a Christian. You know, I do my part. I pray, say, okay, God, thank you for blessing me with trading and the business. And there's some of this stuff's kind of out of my hands, right? Of course, I promote my service, but, I can't force people to join. And people are just like, the $8 should be a no-brainer. But I just do my part. My part is to show you this service and the awesome opportunity. It's up to you to take the step to do it. Yeah, I know there's a lot of scams out there, but I like to think after all the videos I put out here that people finally realize that no, I'm not scamming you. I actually use this stuff myself to make profits, okay? All right, that's it for today. Happy trading, everybody. God bless everybody. Talk to you all real soon again next time.